Are you over 60 and, like me, starting to get pre-retirement panic? I thought retirement was supposed to be a reward, but at the moment it's given me much more anxiety than I was anticipating. Things that are going on in this head. When should I stop working? Will I have enough money? I'm doing this alone now. I'm not going to have a partner in retirement, so will I end up lonely? And will I get stuck in some over 60s retirement place that I'm not happy in? So in this video, I am sharing my worries out loud in the hope that it could help someone else, but also to come to terms and be at peace with the decisions that I am making. Having enough money is number one in my list of worries, and I think I'm probably very similar to a lot of you. I'm sure that money is one of the main concerns for you leading up to retirement, and quite honestly, it's feeling like it's slipping out of my control. Having my 5-year plan means that I am trying to take back some control, but of course, until I get to retirement, I'm not actually going to know how much I'm going to get. So yeah, of course I'm going to worry about it. Another money fear is that I will outgrow my savings pot, which is very possible. My mum is 91 and my granddad died when he was 96. It's very possible I will live into my 90s, and at the moment my plans really only include 20 years from 67 to 87. But I kind of think, really, how much money will I actually need if I go over 87 years and I'm still going strong? It's unlikely that I'll need the same level in the latter part of my retirement than I will in the first part. When do I stop work? I've been thinking about this and it goes round and round in my head like nobody's business. I don't know what decision to make. Do I retire at 67 or do I work part-time until I'm 70, and then do I still carry on until I'm 75? My retirement is going to be alone. I'm single and I am not in any hurry to find another man. So my plans, my 5-year plan definitely includes no partner. So I'm carrying all this on my own shoulders. And that then leads on to loneliness. I'm an introvert and I do love being in my own space on my own. I can go days without seeing anybody. But does that mean that I will be okay on my own during my whole retirement? Or is there a possibility that loneliness will set in and I might even start to feel isolated, which just plays on my mind too? And in some ways it's easier to live alone because you only have yourself to think about. But in other ways it can be harder. In your 30s and 40s, you still haven't really comprehended how quickly your retirement is likely to come upon you. And things seem so distant. And I had a husband then too, so we were, owned our own home. So I didn't think that we would have any issues with retirement at all. We'd be sharing the responsibilities, we'd be sharing retirement, we'd be sharing the money between the two of us. But of course, life threw the curveball and that didn't quite work out. And not only did the husband go, but the house disappeared at the same time. So I then had to go on with my life without the security behind me that I had been so used to. I had been married for 21 years and together with him for almost 30. So that was a big shock. But it was also a turning point for me, I think. I became so independent and self-reliant. And then as I got into my 50s, I found that I was far more concerned with menopause and the effect that was having on my mind and my body. And again, retirement was just pushed out of the picture. But now in my 60s, all the decisions that I'm now thinking about and making, they just feel so permanent, I guess. It's kind of like walking down a corridor and all the doors are closing behind you. It's a feeling similar to that. Do you feel like that? Is that something that you are familiar with? the pressure on even making any small decisions to do with retirement just seems so daunting, really. But anyway, so the last worry that I'm going to share here is, what if I make all these plans and I don't get to live that long of my retirement? So choosing what to do with your pension pot, like an annuity or drawdown. An annuity, you get more money every month, but if you die, the money that's left in that pension pot goes to the provider, and it doesn't go to your estate, which I've been thinking about quite a bit, because although I would get more money each month, it does mean that if I didn't live very long into retirement, it would work against me. However, if I lived into my 90s, it would work for me. But, you know, none of us have a crystal ball, so we don't know. But that does play on my mind, because there's both ends of the spectrum, isn't there? You might not live to your retirement, or you might live to be 100. Who knows? So all the decisions that you can make now are, well, I don't know. I kind of think of it as a little bit of a gamble, really, isn't it? Is this how you feel? How are you feeling when you're making these important decisions? I know I don't have to make the pension pot decision just yet, but it's coming. The time is coming. I have a 5-year plan, and I should be retiring at 67, which is 6 years. So I will have to make these decisions in 6 years, but of course I've got that length of time to get my head around it properly and to finally make the decision. I have changed my money mindset. I used to be quite a spendthrift, and I would spend money on silly things and not really think about the consequences, because I was earning enough to cover what I was doing. But I've now changed my mindset and realised that I need to tighten the belt a little bit, just so I can put a bit extra into my savings pots. I'm not ignoring my numbers anymore. I am interrogating my bank statements now to find out what I'm spending my money on, as well as looking at things within my business and asking the question, do I really need this? Because if I've got less money going out, there's more money for me from the business. Although it does mean I'd have to pay more tax, but there's been more money for me. So it has a bit of a wider implication than just my personal money. So I'm budgeting now, and I'm trimming down the costs as much as I can. I've never been a scrimper and a saver, except for the very few occasions in my life where I've had to be. I think one of my personality quirks is that I have always been afraid of not having enough money. So maybe that's having some kind of detrimental effect on me. But anyway, get out of this reverie, Julie. When I've been thinking about what age to stop work, I realised that I don't actually have to make that decision in one go. I can do this in stages. As in, I'm working part-time now. At some point in the future, I will go part-time. That may be 67. And then after that is a while away, so I don't have to actually think about that at the moment. So I'm doing it in stages, and it's seeming less daunting for that. As for being alone in retirement, well, yes, I'm doing that solo, and that is my decision at the moment. Whether I change my mind and do go back to dating, I don't know. But I don't think that's going to be meaning isolation for me. I have family close by, and we use WhatsApp as our family social. So I have a WhatsApp group with my sisters for mum's care. I have a WhatsApp group with my daughters, and I have a WhatsApp group with my son and his girlfriend. And actually, we have a WhatsApp group for Christmas Secret Santa too. But I mean, I find them quite good. I'm old school because I don't do the new TikToks and what have you, Snapchat. But yeah, I find those good for keeping in touch with family without having to spend, lots of time on the telephone. My kids are used to I think my kids are actually becoming introverts, if I'm honest with you. But yes, we find that works. So I'm not going to feel isolated. I'm going to have the connection of social media and, of course, telephone and texting if I need it. Purpose. So what does happen when you stop work entirely? What will be the structure of my day? At the moment, of course, I've got work that I need to get out of bed for. And of course, now I have YouTube as well. What will happen if I don't have my business? What will happen if I don't have YouTube? How will I structure my day? Well, I'm pretty sure that I will find things to do. At the very worst, I could help support other people, possibly volunteer. My sister volunteers at a charity shop, and she loves it. She can go in when she wants. And obviously, we have to let people know in advance, but she can do what hours she wants, and she loves that. So that's a possibility. I know myself very well, and I will need to have structure in my day, because if I don't, I get bored very quickly, and then I get anxiety, and then I get morose. So I know that I'm going to have to make sure that my retirement is structured, my retirement day is structured. My worries won't magically disappear overnight, but talking about them out loud makes them seem more manageable, and I can tackle them one by one and bit by bit. They don't all have to be resolved today, tonight. And that's actually a good way to end this video, I think, is that I'm voicing my worries now, but I know that there are a good few years to go before I'm actually at retirement age, when I should be making these really heavy, difficult decisions. Hope you feel better. So thank you for listening. If you are like me and are worrying about these things, then feel free to share with us in the comments. Or if you don't feel like sharing it to the public, then you can always share it to me. My email address is in the description, and I'm more than happy if you want to say your bit out loud in an email to me, and it will remain private. I'm not going to publish it to anyone. But yes, sometimes just writing it down does help. I know that because I know it works for me too. So which one of these worries hits you the most? Is it the money? Is it the loneliness? Or is it making the big decisions? What's the worst part of this for you? Well, that was quite a lot. If you've watched this to the very end to now, then thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. And as I said, me talking it out loud has made me feel a lot better. And that's been, I think, one of the good parts of having this YouTube channel, is that it's kind of a bit like therapy for me. And if you've sat and listened to me, then thanks. I've been very touched by the support that I've received on this YouTube channel. Thank you very much if you have commented and liked and subscribed to my channel. It's really appreciated. So thank you very much for watching this far, and I will see you in the next one.